Hi everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I've got a really fun project for you today. Take a look at this quilt behind me. So simple and so fun. There's a great trick to making it. I can't wait to show you how to do it, but I was searching for a carpet for my house, literally looking through all the different rugs and saw this rug in a pattern just like this, and I'm like, that rug would make the best quilt. And so I'm calling this quilt pattern Magic Carpet, because I literally found this pattern looking at rugs. We get our ideas from everywhere, and this one happened to come from a rug. Now, just to let you know, I didn't buy the rug, but I thought it was a cool pattern, so we're going to teach you how to do that today. So to make this quilt, you're going to need one packet of 10-inch squares, and we have used Flower Box by Renee Nanneman for Andover Fabrics. You're also going to need one packet of background squares, 10-inch squares, and we've used Kona Snow. Then in addition to that, you'll need 1/4 yard just to finish your little borders of the same background that you used. And then for your border, you're going to need 1 5/8 yards, and it's a nice big 6-inch border. Your backing is going to be, if you use 45 wide fabric, you're going to need 5 1/4 yards. And if you use a 108, you'll need 2 1/2 yards. So let me show you how to make this. All right, so it's super easy to make this block, but it's also really fun. You get 2 blocks from each layer cake, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to grab a print square and a solid square, and we're going to put them together just like this, right on top of each other, and cut them at the same time. And oh my, I need a rotary cutter. Let me just grab my toolbox. Let me get my rotary cutter out of my toolbox, my special new color rotary cutter. Oh, doesn't this make you just want to go, ah? It does me. So let's grab this rotary cutter and keep our toolbox real handy in case there's other things that we need from that. All right, so let me show you how to cut this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut 3 inches off one side, just like this. Oh, that cuts so nice. Now we're just going to take our ruler. We've left it on here. We're going to slide it over to the 1.5 inches, and we're going to cut 1.5 inches right here. And we're going to set these aside. These are our borders. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this layer cake, and we're going to cut 3 inches off again. Just like this. And then again, we're going to slide it over and do 1.5 inches. These are our little borders around the block. All right. So then we have this square left over. What we're going to do now is we are going to draw our line corner to corner on this. So now we're going to take our squares, and again, they're still stacked up, and we're going to draw a line corner to corner like this. Let me get that. And we're going to sew 1/4 inch away on both sides. All right, so let me scoot this over here, and we're just going to sew 1/4 inch on both sides. And we're making 2 half square triangles out of this block. All right, then what we're going to do is we are going to trim this just like this, and then this needs to be squared to 6 1/2. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer and square it, and I'm just going to cut off these edges. We cut up the one side and down the other. You line up your seam line with their seam line to make that cut. If your seam line isn't perfectly straight, just try to get it on there as good as you can. Oh, you're so pretty. I just had to tell my rotary cutter she was beautiful. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to press these open. I can't help it. I'm a little giddy about my toolbox. All right, so we're pressing these open. All right, so now that we have these squared and ironed, we're going to put our borders on. And we're going to put our short borders, we're going to put a white on the color and a color on the white, just like this. And you should have 2 of those, so you're going to do both block sets. So I'm just going to put these on. Now in the pattern, it tells you the exact measurement to cut, but I'm just going to sew these on and trim them off because that's how I do it. And then I'm going to flip this around and put my colored piece on the white, just like this. And then before I press them, I like to trim them. And so I use my block kind of as a pattern. And then we're going to press these back. And then we're going to do the same thing to our other blocks. So let's go ahead and put our light to the color and our color to the white. I love anything where, you know, for 1 times the work you get 2 blocks. I love that. And yes, you can chain piece these for sure. All right, here we go, right here. So you just want to do opposite sides first. And we're going to trim this off. And we're going to trim this off. And then we're going to press it open. And now we're going to finish the block with our other 2 borders. So we will we're going to take this block right here, and I'm going to turn it just for my visual, and we're going to put the white strip here and the colored strip here. And of course, if you want to cut them to the size you need, that's totally up to you. I'm just going to put mine on and trim them off. So I think what I'll do is I'll sew this one, and then I'll come and sew this one, so that I'm chain piecing these 2. We'll get 2 done at a time now that you know what I'm doing. So again, remember, we're putting the white strip against the color and the color strip against the white. And we'll go ahead and do this one. So I'm keeping my triangles oriented the same way and sewing 1/4 inch. And then we'll bring these around and we will add our color to the white side. And 1 more strip. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim these off like this. We'll trim and put him on the ironing board. We'll flip this one around and get this other side, just like that. And then we're going to press these back. So for every layer cake block, you get 2 blocks. And so what we're getting is, we're getting this right here, times 2. So we have 41 squares. You're going to get 84 of these. And so I had to decide, you know, how to lay them out in rows. So let me take this to the quilt. Now, because this is a half square triangle, there are a million ways to set this. But this is how the rug looked. And I really wanted to stick to the idea of using a rug as my inspiration. So this is what we did, and the block goes in here like this, and it goes the same all the way across. So across we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then rows down we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 times 9 is 72. I had 84 blocks, so I had a few left over. And so it just comes together so quick. It's a really fun layout. I added a nice big 6-inch border. I want to show you the back. It's always fun to use a pretty floral on the back. The back is great, My quilting pattern is Cotton Candy. Just comes together so cute. You can see this little cotton candy or these little blooms. They're just darling. It makes a quilt that is 76 by 84. And so it's just really fun to have that inspiration and be able to make 2 blocks out of 1 square. I love it when that happens. And we hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the Magic Carpet Quilt from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. Hey everybody! Every week I give you a new idea, and we are almost 1 million quilters strong. So join us every Friday for a new tutorial, and if you haven't clicked or subscribed, make sure you do that today. See you on Friday.